that portion of the meeting.
And likewise, we're opening up the joint meeting of the city council with the library board at 6:32 p.m. And the first order of business will be our receiving public comment. So we do have some comment cards. I have 4. Has everybody had an opportunity to fill one out? Make any comments they want to make tonight? Okay, with that, I will go ahead and get started. Mr. Kreisberg, you okay to get started?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Patricia.
Good evening, Patricia Ebert, 115 Stone Lane. I hope everyone has my little cheat sheet because it's a table of funding from the Friends of the Library, because that's what I'm going to speak on tonight, because I am a member of the Friends, not an officer, not a hardworking, dedicated volunteer, but a member of the Friends. And so I'm so pleased all of y'all are here tonight, because as we go walking, touring the library, I want us to see the maker space. Without the Friends, there would be no maker space for us to look at tonight. In 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, the Friends individually funded items that the library asked for. Unfortunately, we didn't, and called out on your sheet there, we didn't necessarily see those items after those days. But they're now, we'll be seeing them in the makerspace in 2025. So the question is, where were those items? Okay, the sewing machines, we had a few Saturday afternoon classes back pre-COVID. Maybe the button makers made buttons for the Friends, and maybe a few library programs. But these items, Cricket, were not available to us as patrons and all the other patrons that came to the library. And referencing your handout, just quickly, you can see that there are a lot of hard-working people in the Friends. Friends have been around since '65, predates me a little bit, but they many Friends. We stand on the shoulders of them. Our budget is about $8K a year, and we get that money through our hard-working volunteers. Our officers right now are fundraising with T-shirts, and our amazing ongoing book sale ladies. That's just not putting books out on carts. They collect, classify, categorize for dozens. Catherine Reeves and Susie Hashmo, amazing women, work dozens of hours every week to get those books out there. And you can see on your handout, just pick them up. September 2024, they brought in $450 to donate for the funding to the library.
Thank you. Armin Weimer. Did I get that right?
There.
Sure.
Fern Weimer, and I live at 403 Oakleaf Drive in Duncanville. And I'm here as a librarian, and I have questions about financial things on the report that we had as a briefing. And one of the things had to do with the elimination of something called ODC on the original briefing, because that seems like other direct costs. And so it's about as much savings as there would be, because that item was eliminated in this budget. So I would be interested in more information about somehow personnel and ODC became collapsed into library management some way. The other, the process-wise from being at these meetings is that you generally have started from the point of view of consultants on the police and fire department, and you were just talking about, in another part of that meeting in December, about the recreation center on South Main. And you didn't start from the point of view of selecting a solution before you discussed the problem or the challenge, whatever it was. And so it just seems to me that the process is a little upside down. So those are some observations. Also, I think that the staff were taken completely by surprise, which does not exactly support them.
Thank you. Emily Bridges?
The Emily Bridges, 418 Oleander, 5137. I believe that I shared my renovation outline with my councilperson who may have forwarded it on to everyone. So if y'all want to talk later about that, then we can. And I also want to preface that I'm speaking as a citizen, not as a friend of the library. So reflecting back on the survey from 2024, I'd like to again share some of that data that I think is needed in this discussion. I have chosen the top 5 responses. Out of 414 responses, reasons for not visiting the library regularly is they buy their books, they don't use libraries much, don't read much, don't have a card, and the hours are not. Programs or services that are most important is the access to computer, Wi-Fi, services for children, services for teens, services for seniors, downloadable items. The 5 crafts, finance, career, and business. Top initiative over the next 5 years would be to increase resources for children and families, create opportunities for involvement for the community and the library, partnerships with local businesses and nonprofits, provide more program opportunities and more online access. Our community is moving more toward a family town, and I think we need to lean into that as well as add more opportunities for our citizens whose first and sometimes only language is Spanish. There are blind spots in the library. I just want to touch on that. You know, I run around with my kids, and sometimes I notice that there's no camera in certain areas, so I wanted to touch on that. There is some great staff that make my family feel very welcome, assist in all of our needs, and have some forward-thinking ideas. Unfortunately, I cannot share that same sentiment for the staff in its entirety. Creation implementation is the responsibility of our librarians, and I hope that we move toward a more modern, friendly, and innovative library in 2025. Thank you.
Thank you. Mark Graham?
I'm just speaking as a consumer. I use the library. I'm doing overdrive at this point in time. Y'all have a unique opportunity of, this is going to be an art district at some point in time. Right down here. Canopy is part of overdrive. I'm not sure if y'all have ever thought about subscribing to Canopy. It's a wonderful documentaries from all over the world. It is an absolutely unbelievable platform. Overdrive, it's under their canopy. It's also all their movies, I can't say all their movies, but their movies are PPR, which means public performance rights are included with them. It means you could show any of these movies. There's tons of kids content. You can show them for kids right here in the library. You can also do curated booths. So you can have a movie club down here that you'll get more people coming in here. Or you can do it online and actually have people come down here afterwards for like a book club to sit and talk about it. It brings people in. You need to do it. And I'm selfish about this because there's documentaries I'm dying to be able to see. But I can say I'm a consumer. Second, this is about appearance. Get rid of the filters on the windows. Let sunlight in here. It is. People need to see it. I'm sorry. No reason for that not to be. Just open windows so you can see. Lastly, when you're walking through here, please notice something. There are a lot of bare walls. This is an art gallery waiting to happen. Seriously, it's an art gallery waiting to happen.
Yes.
That's it.
Thank you.
We used to have a movie club, didn't we?
Okay, that would bring us to the end of our public comment section, and with that, I'm going to let Mr. Pledford, you want to talk about the tour of the library? All right.
So if they'll follow me, we'll look for a library.
Yeah.
focus on Hannah.
Yes, at the front of it.
We'll try to keep that. Hello.
Alright, so our library tour actually begins outside the library in the lobby. Two of the library things are, we have our little free pantry and our little free fridge. And these are fully staffed by donations from the public, just people who decide to bring things, and then people just take whatever they need. It's been quite popular. As you can see, it's full. That's all donations, and they rotate out regularly, so we're really proud of that and the impact it's been having on the community. And then this is also the Friends of the Library book sale that got mentioned earlier in the meeting. That's the ongoing sale, where you can buy the books, and then we'll come into the library. Alright, so this is the main part of the library. You'll see here our two service desks, our circulation desk where you check things out, and our information desk where you ask questions. Of course, those get crossed all the time. Let's see. We have our library of things here. This is the cases that represent objects that are stored elsewhere. We recently rebranded our adult kits into the library of things. We also have board games, which come up later in the tour. And we're excited about expanding that collection. Behind the checkout desk, you'll see some colorful bins there. Those are the bins for the Best Southwest Libraries deliveries. Twice a week, we get 2 or 3 boxes back to us and get a couple boxes from the other libraries. The books going between the other libraries, that means that the Cedar Hill, DeSoto, Lancaster, and Duncanville residents all get to access books from all of the different libraries and have them sent to their home branch. And we're really proud of having that, and it's very well used by the public. So that shared integrated library system is really important. This is where our printer facts are. Our public computers are scattered throughout. That's one of our main services, along with, of course, checking items out. So that's that. Let's see. We are going to go through the staff area. It's going to be a little narrow. So I'll come through here real quick.
Bless you, I didn't have it.
You got a shout out.
I've already been back there.
You've been through that.
I've been there many times.
I know.
Colors are nice. I think you bring back.
Yes.
books. Oh, it's that they put them in there and then they. So out front, where you saw the books up there. Yeah, so that's year round. Oh, it's year round. Oh, so they just go in there and they have one big set every year. That rotating. Okay, yeah.
We have 4 machines in there so far, we're hoping to acquire more depending on what people want, hoping to get some feedback. Some of these machines were purchased for staff use and we decided to bring them out to the public.
The 5 items.
So we are excited about those possibilities.
17, 2018, 2019, 2020. They're old, they're old, we just now are sitting them. It's 2025.
But I know that.
We're trying to figure out whose garage they're sitting in.
I don't know how you can,
You're the one who does the mega helpers, not me, not me. Remember, I'm totally tired. But people tell me, if you're talking about the one I said this afternoon about 406 Hastings again, the 911 calls.
Yeah, I forwarded your email. We had obviously.
Right, all this.
I could show her an email this afternoon. I got the laptop.
Alright, so now we're in the back of the library, often known as the quiet part, but I'm not being very quiet right now. This is our sitting area. We have Dr. Dotson's dollhouse. This is some of our study areas. We have thought about moving these periodicals up to the front, switching things around so that the place where people can come is more convenient rooms. But we're always looking for ways to reimagine our space and utilize it better. And then you'll see, as we're walking through, just our collection, we have almost 100,000 items in our collection. And that's what you're seeing on the shelves. DVDs, books, audiobooks, we also have laptops and hotspots that people can check out, as well as our library of things. So we've got a lot of cool things going on. And then we'll keep going. Next up is the youth area.
This way.
Yeah. Yeah, the park's good. That's true.
Act like you know each other.
All right, so now we're in the youth area of the library. This area was specifically designed whenever the building was built to be the youth area. We have the 2 kids' restrooms with the short toilets. We have our comfort room. And our program room, where we have our programs, is over here. It does have a maximum capacity of like 49, so we do have to use the meeting rooms for some of our larger programs, but most of them are happening in here. This month we have a program on every single day that we're open, so we're very excited about that. We also have our kids' computers and all of the kids' books, the magnet wall, and then also our teen area, which has undergone renovations in recent years. so that it's the shape it is now, kind of an area for the teens to hang out. So yeah, there's that. And then next we'll be coming back up to the front. A few more things, we're almost done. Oh, and the art up here was done by one of our library staff members, as well as the balls hanging above. Our youth services assistant, she's extremely creative.
Yeah, that's beautiful, aren't they? It's very nice. Challenging to hang. Oh, I guess.
Oh, no, don't worry, no.
Oh.
All right, so now we're back at the front. I know we're all scattered out, so it's a bit hard to see, but we do have our seed library up here, as well as our books about gardening, a special collection. And people have been using that. They're really enjoying that, bringing in seeds that they've gathered, as well as taking seeds that we provided. We have our 2 display cases. One of them has some of our Italian sister city stuff. The other one rotates. Right now, we're spotlighting our Duncanville ISD graduate staff, which is about half of our staff have graduated from Duncanville. And that one rotates every month. And we're looking at ways to make that available maybe for the public. We've had have had display cases for the public in the past that did not get used very much, but we're looking at expanding that again and seeing how people do with it now. The art back here was a community art project that was done as part of our summer reading club, I believe 1 or 2 summers ago. It's really neat. There are kids that come in sometimes and they'll go, "Hey Mom, look, that's the one that I did." So that was a really neat project that we were able to do with the community. And then we also have people ask us for reading recommendations. We do actually have a flipper up here that has some recommendations in different genres and things like that. We also have a few bookmarks that have recommendations for people who might want those. Are there any questions? Huh? What did you? The makerspace opens, the soft opening was January 2nd. So that is a brand new thing that we're trialing. We're doing Maker Mondays and trying to see what the public wants and how we can gauge interest and adjust accordingly. But which is why it's a soft opening still. But yeah, that's brand new. Oh, and our Library of Things board games are over there on the shelves. I think you can kind of see them.
Can you describe during the summer when all the youth activities are going on, what is the environment is like in here?
It can get pretty busy. One of our popular programs is our summer reading kickoff, which has hundreds of people attend. And there's just people everywhere. It's wonderful. During spring break, we have bigger programs like that too. We're doing the Perot Touch-a-Truck this spring break, so we're expecting a lot of people for that. And then just during the summer, there's just more people in the library, more kids, more families. We have the story times that are pretty popular, things like that. So, yes.
It's about shelving.
Uh-huh.
Have y'all ever thought about maybe going down in height?
We have thought about it. In some areas, we have actually done it. We're actually sort of trialing that right now on this first shelf. Half of it's a bit lower. The trade-off is then when you're on the bottom shelf, it's harder to get the books on the bottom shelf. So do we want to reach or do we want to squat down? But we also don't use that top shelf
It
because
also
it is
just
so
opens,
high.
but the deal is it opens up the space. I mean,
Yeah.
and it really is an important phase of walking in some place is you can kind of see the whole place. And at this height, they block. The other part of it, end caps. Have y'all thought about art on end caps?
I think that would require a bit more infrastructure than we currently have. But that is something that we thought about and once asked for years ago in the budget, didn't get it. But redoing the end caps where it's something where you can display more things as opposed to just having the what they're called.
They can be different colors, even that would be.
Yeah. Yes.
Do y'all have any plans to partner with like the Duncanville Nature Conservancy or the Arts Commission or anything like that where they could either fund, or even the Friends, to fund something in the library, whether it be a larger seed library or a focal wall or backpacks where you can go and do something at the preserve or anything like that? Something that you come into the library to check out to get out into our city.
Yes, we are looking at those opportunities, starting to look at those. The Duncanville Nature Conservancy is a new one to me. I think because it is pretty new.
It is.
But I know we are looking at hopefully figuring out how to partner with the Arts Commission on some programs. We are partnering with a member of the Arts Commission on a program currently, but not with the Arts Commission itself. But yeah, we're always looking for new partnership opportunities.
That's canopy. Just throw that back out there. That's canopy.
I heard you.
And in regard to that, how do you track your electronic resources to know what's being effectively used and what are things that like the canopy? And what are the costs for some of these things and what are the consortia arrangements to get them?
So the consortium that we're a part of here does not share the online resources. Part of the reason for that is Duncanville Library is part of an overdraft consortium with a ton of libraries in it, so we can't go sharing that with everybody. It has to be just Duncanville residents. So we do get usage statistics, circulation statistics from our overdrive. We always take requests. People can make recommendations or requests or suggestions. And we look at all of that when we are developing a collection and looking at what resources to offer. As far as additional e-resources that might be financially prohibitive, Hoopla is a good example. A lot of libraries have it, but that's per use. And it can eat up your budget really quickly. So we do have to be cognizant of that when we're considering new resources.
Yes.
If nobody has any other questions, I think that concludes the tour part, so we can get back in and do our discussions.
Thank you.
Are you a planner?
I try to be.